unforgettable, sexy fragrances that will make people fold. If you're trying to get people weak in the knees, this is the juice that you need, okay? I'll put a discount link for all of these bottles, all of the samples in the description box below in the comment section, and it's for global shipping, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can get your hands on these fragrances. And we got unisex, masculine, feminine. We are gonna start with Baccarat Rouge 540, the Extrait de Parfum version. Do not get the original, get the Extrait, because I know a lot of people are worried that so many other people in the world wear Baccarat Rouge. It's so basic. Not entirely true, but if you really do want to stand out, the Extrait is a noticeable difference. And what I like here is that at least on my skin, the saffron is much more noticeable, and it really elevates the fragrance. It makes it very upscale, and also on top of that, it has the sweetness that is really balanced throughout. So yes, this is somewhat a gourmand fragrance where it makes people want to kind of lick it and eat it. That's what gourmand means. It just kind of smells almost dessert-like, but it's just this very intoxicating fragrance. It has a really nice scent trail as well. I did one spray from this sample, and it literally lasted me over 8 hours. So I can only imagine how much like a full-size bottle of this would last. I know the price point is heavy, but this is some good shit right here. Now, to me, this does read as a more feminine fragrance, but really thinking about it, it is marketed as unisex. And if you're a guy, you can absolutely wear this. It's just really for people that are into sweet scents. So if you are a sweet lover, if you live where it's cold outside, cop Baccarat Rouge 540, the Extrait. Separate yourself from all the other people wearing the original. Next up, we got Creed Silver Mountain Water. Now, with a lot of these niche fragrances that I'm going to be talking to you about, majority of them are marketed as unisex, okay? So this is another unisex fragrance, but more men tend to gravitate to it. Now, if you weren't here for the video I made on this fragrance months ago, this is a scent where I had a bunch of women come and smell fragrances in my collection, and this was a standout. They were like, ooh, that's really sexy. It's very simple, very clean, right? And on top of that, it doesn't smell like your typical citrusy clean. It doesn't smell like laundry clean. It literally smells like you're on a hike and you stop your hike in the middle of the forest or something and there's like water next to you. It has that sort of vibe. So it is unique. And this smells just it's very attractive to the feminine nose. I will say that. With the guys that I've had smell this, they don't really care much for it. They like it. But in comparison to the women, like those reactions, the women love Silver Mountain Water. All right, next up, performance. Not really the best with this fragrance. Don't be surprised that maybe after 5 hours, you don't really smell it as much. But again, it is more on the fresh side. So I can't really hate on it too bad with that. Just spray more of it, you know. Next up, Intense Cafe by Montale. Now, this is a scent that is not my personal favorite, okay? I hardly wear this scent, but whenever I do wear it, people just go apeshit over this fragrance. Women, men, it does not matter. This is a unisex fragrance that more women gravitate to, but let me tell you, if you're a guy that wears this, you are really a standout type of person. There are so many guys in my DMs that tell me this is their secret weapon, and like women just go nuts about it when they smell it. But same thing with the ladies, right? When women wear this scent, it is just like catnip to men. They are just all over it. It's this really, really nice rose coffee fragrance. Now, it is a little bit more on the synthetic side, but it's one of those fragrances that when you smell it in the air, it really just lures you in. And the good thing about this scent is that the closer you get to it, it doesn't become a bit too potent, because sometimes with strong fragrances, they smell good in the air, but up close, you're kind of repulsed. This still smells good. I remember somebody gave me a hug. I wore this maybe in like not this year, October, the last year in 2021. And like this girl would not let go of me. She just kept smelling my neck. I was wearing like a hoodie and this was just lingering on it. So very, very nice fragrance. Next up, we've got Naxos by Xerjoff. This is still my favorite Xerjoff fragrance, and it's this very like smooth, badass sort of scent in my opinion. Also unisex, more men tend to gravitate to this, but I've actually had a lot of women that have bought this off of my recommendation, and they just feel like the boss, okay? This scent just has like kind of how I described with the Saffron in, what was it, Baccarat Rouge 540, the Extrait, where it kind of has this upscale vibe to it. That's sort of like Naxos. Now, this doesn't really have saffron. It has tobacco, but honey is the main driver here. So the honey makes the tobacco almost digestible, because with tobacco fragrances, I noticed a lot of men kind of gravitate to them, but not a lot of women are really attracted to them. But what Naxos does really well is that the honey here makes that tobacco just super, super sexy. And let me tell you, even me doing one spray of Naxos literally will last me over 10 hours. And that's on clothes, okay? So with Naxos, I really recommend you wear this on clothes. Same with Intense Cafe, same with Baccarat, the Extrait. With Silver Mountain Water, you could do skin and clothes, but this on skin is better in my opinion. But Naxos, really, really lovely fragrance. I don't think there's a cherry note in here, but the tobacco kind of gives a little bit of a cherry tobacco vibe, and it's delicious. The scent trail here too, really good, very powerful fragrance as well. Next up, we've got Delina Exclusive. Okay, you've heard me talk about the original Delina a lot, and I would have it on this list if I had it right now in front of me, but I don't. But the Exclusive is just, picture the OG Delina, but you know, she's gonna get dressed up. She's gonna wear a really sexy red dress. She's gonna have eyeshadow. She's gonna have the red lip. She's gonna have sexy heels on, and she's going out for the night. And it's just that sort of vibe, you know? So this is like an upscale, dressed up sort of Delina that is just, it kind of gives untouchable vibes, you know, especially if you really are dressed up and you're wearing something like Delina Exclusive, it's like, move out of the way. You know, this one is just not only head turning, is not a good enough description for Delina Exclusive, because it really almost has people in a trance. And this is a powerhouse, okay? This fragrance, 1 to 2 sprays and the whole room will smell you. So you don't need a lot of this fragrance to stand out at all. It really just puts in the work. So you will definitely be smelling this past 12 hours. Next up, we got Side Effect by Initio. Now, honestly, I am not the biggest fan of Side Effect. I have worn it, and I'm not really attracted to the scent, but when I wear it around people, it is nonstop compliments. It is nose to the neck type of reactions. There is something about this fragrance, and it can be the boozy, badass sort of vibe that it has, that really draws people in. Now, this is also a unisex fragrance. Delina more on the feminine side, but if you're trying to be the one night stand that they will never forget, you rock with Side Effect. And this is like the perfect fragrance to describe the whole title of this video, because every single person that has sniffed Side Effect on me always remembers it. They're like, oh, you smelled so good that one night. And there's been people that have smelled this on me and then within the next 5 minutes bought a bottle of it because it was just that delightful. You know, this scent just has that appeal to it. It's this boozy, like, think kind of rum, cinnamon. Really, really good fragrance, really good. Okay, next up, we got Adonis. Adonis by Terence Hughes. Now, this one goes more in the masculine direction. Somewhat of a gourmand. Like I explained, a gourmand kind of smells like you want to lick it, you want to eat it, but it doesn't go full-blown dessert territory here. This is a mint chocolate sort of fragrance with some pepper in the opening, and I believe there's some ambroxan that really helps push this fragrance. Now, I do like this scent, but let me tell you, the reactions that I have gotten from this fragrance supersede how I feel about it, all right? This is something that women have just loved. And I can't explain it, especially now in this Christmas season. Like for Christmas, for New Year's, for Valentine's Day, if it's gonna be cold and you're wearing Adonis, I swear to you, nobody else will be wearing this fragrance around you. I promise. And if it's, I said cold weather, right? If you live in high heat, I have other options for you and during these like months coming up. But yeah, Adonis just does the trick. I mean, look at the name, okay? If you look up Adonis in Greek mythology, you'll know exactly what I am talking about. This is some Casanova juice right here. But you have to be a sweet lover. You have to be a mint chocolate lover for this fragrance. Okay. Next up, we've got Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. This scent. Ladies, if you're rolling your eyes looking at this bottle because you've heard so many people talk about it, but you've never smelled it, please try it, okay? This scent, till this day, still has so many men weak in the knees. It is ridiculous. It truly is ridiculous. Wear this to a party, especially if you're younger, maybe high school, college, in your early 20s, and you just want that sexy girl perfume. That's what you're looking for. You don't care about being super unique. You just want something that is going to be massively popular with the compliments. You want something that is just going to like reel everybody in. Then Good Girl is the way to go. Now there's over 30 notes in this fragrance, so I can't break down to you exactly what this smells like, but I will say it's a clusterfuck of sexiness. And this does last. Very easy to go nose blind to. So don't think it completely fell off your skin. You can ask your friends. Sorry guys, my throat is still acting up in my congestion. But ask people around you if you no longer smell this on yourself, and they will tell you if they smell it or not, okay? But it does last, and if you're having problems with performance, literally watch my video on how to apply a fragrance. It really helps with your scent bubble, and ever since I've been doing that technique, it's been perfect for me. And the people that have done it as well have been getting really great reactions wearing their fragrances. Next up, we got Black Saffron by Byredo. Man, I wore this recently. This really is a sexy fragrance, y'all. This scent right here, it smells like raspberries. It has leather, and then it has saffron, of course. And what did we say about saffron? Upscale, bougie. This scent, it gives dark, alluring, mysterious vibes with like a smirk. You know, not somebody that takes themselves so seriously, not the person brooding in the corner, but the person that is just like, it still gives Casanova vibes. Now, this is a very unisex fragrance because on men, yeah, it can give off that Casanova vibe, even for women as well. But also on women, it just gives femme fatale. Like, this is that scent that it's not powerful, okay? This is not something that is gonna be just blowing and wafting and everyone can smell you. This is something where if someone's close by, if you're having a good one-on-one sort of situation and it's wafting in the air a little bit, they cannot get enough of it. This scent is so good. I smelled it on myself like throughout the day when I was at the outlet. And I tried so many other fragrances, and at the end of the day, this was still my favorite. Out of all the 15 new ones I tried, I was like, Black Saffron solos all of them. Really, really good scent. Okay, next up, we got a more masculine scent, Cedrat by Mancera. Marketed as unisex, goes more in the masculine direction. Now this is for the fruity lovers. It smells very fruity in the opening, has a woody dry down. Some guys have told me that they kind of just get aftershave vibes with this fragrance, but this one, when it comes to women, it has never been a miss. This has always, always, always been a hit. I've had guys online tell me that it's not that good, it's so bad, blah, blah, blah. But those have only been guys. Every single woman that has smelled this on me personally, even women that have messaged me about this fragrance online, it has always been love. I have yet to see a negative review or a negative sort of impression of Cedrat coming from a woman's standpoint. And this is also a very powerful fragrance. This one lasted me over 12 hours, but here's the key. This is the screw top bottle. They recently, Mancera came out with the, magnetic cap, which apparently doesn't last that long. Haven't tried it, but I got this thing for like $60, and this is like the 4.2 ounce, a steal, an absolute steal. I really do love this fragrance. And for me, once I wear it for the next 2 weeks nonstop. So I love that scent. Next up, we've got another fruity fragrance here, Elysium by Roja Parfums. And this is my shit. Out of everything I've talked about so far, this is the one that I have used the most. And Elysium, I just recently layered it with Molecule 01, and that day was wild. Like, it was a great day. This is a huge compliment magnet, and it's just effortlessly sexy. Like, this is the person that walks into the room, everybody's drawn to them. They don't have to try hard. Just the life of the party, you know? So if that's your vibe, if that's the kind of person you are, then get a fragrance that matches your personality, because Elysium just does that effortlessly. Now, this is a grapefruit juniper berry fragrance. However, on my skin, I get more lemon, pineapple cocktail. That's what it smells like on me, but really, really lovely fragrance. Next up, By the Fireplace by Replica. If you're wondering, wait, why is that on a sexy fragrance unforgettable list? This is an unforgettable fragrance. You have to remember, we are talking from the perspective of the average person, and this is a unique scent. It is something that is unapologetically itself. With By the Fireplace, it opens up smelling like fire. It smells like burning wood, and it almost kind of takes people aback because they're like, whoa, I didn't expect it to smell that realistic. And then as it starts drying down, it kind of smells like s'mores. It smells like you're roasting s'mores. You get vanilla, you get chestnut, and then it becomes this very inviting, cozy, sweet, welcoming fragrance. Now, to some people, it is a bit too sweet in the dry down, and the opening is a bit too intense, but I really find this to be like a statement sort of fragrance. Like Maison Margiela with the whole Replica lineup, there's a lot of bangers in there. And for me, By the Fireplace is for somebody that is just kind of sure of themselves. They want something that's different. They want something that is going to be, you know, like it can somewhat be polarizing. And this on skin smells really good. But if you, I mean, not on skin, on clothes, lasts forever, smells really good. You can spray it on skin if you like to, but I prefer the sweeter scents on clothes. But if you want to take it to the next level, you spray this on your bed sheets. Just trust me. Don't even question that. Next up, we've got, and that's unisex fragrance, by the way. Anybody could wear it. Next up, Oud Wood Tom Ford. My favorite Tom Ford scent. It's woody, but it's not heavy woody. All right. This is still something I've worn in the daytime. I've worn this in 80-degree weather, and men on the internet have gotten really mad at me for doing that. And they're going to keep getting mad because when I've worn this in high heat, like, it's crazy how many compliments I've gotten off this fragrance because it really peels a layer that you don't get when you only wear it at nighttime during special occasions. Now, of course, this can totally be a special occasions fragrance. If that's what you want to do, rock with it. But I'm telling you, wearing this in the daytime, it does hit different and it smells amazing. Still unique to the general public. A lot of people aren't wearing woody fragrances. They're more on that ambroxan train, or the citrusy fresh, or the floral sweet, and this does not fall into any of those buckets. So still a really nice fragrance, my favorite from Tom Ford, but it doesn't smell like oud. Okay, it's not an off-putting sort of scent. Very interesting. Okay, next up, we got, I'm not a feminine, this is a unisex fragrance. This is called Lamar by Cajal Parfums. However, more women tend to gravitate to this scent, and it's a fragrance that whenever guys have messaged me that they have bought this, they're like, my girlfriend or my wife has now made it her fragrance as well. So they share it, but it's still something that on a guy's skin smells different than on a woman. So this is a sweet pineapple fragrance. And it really is just, this is unforgettable. There are not a lot of sweet pineapple fragrances that I've smelled out there. There's been a lot of pineapple fresh, like Hachivat, like Creta Ventus, like, what's that Bond number 9, Scent of Peace. But this is sweet pineapple. This does fill the room. This does get head-turning reactions, and this lingers. You wear it, you're at a party, and let's say you're talking to somebody in the hallway. You leave that hallway, 5 minutes later, people are going to be like, ooh, that smells good. And like this leaves a scent trail. Okay, I remember when I did apply this, one of the first times that I wore it, when I came back into my room a couple hours later, I still smelled this kind of just swirling around. You know what I mean? So if you're somebody that, let's say you're going on a date or you're hanging out with somebody you like and you leave your jacket or your scarf in their car, or you let them borrow it, you know what I mean? And then they bring it back to you when they wash it, they will still smell this scent. So it's something that doesn't go away, and it's really, really lovely. All right, next up, we got the Beast, Carlisle by Parfums de Marly. To me, still the sexiest fragrance from Parfums de Marly on like their unisex side. Delina exclusive is more feminine. This one, more men gravitate to, I will say, to wear it. But it just gives rich, elegant, mysterious. really. Like, this is a Western fragrance that smells like an Eastern fragrance. You know, this is something that here in the United States, at least, people just aren't wearing. They're not. I already told you kind of the type of fragrances majority of people are wearing here, and this does not fall into any of those categories either. So I believe there's some nutmeg in this fragrance. There's probably some patchouli to kind of give it this dirty, earthy sort of scent, but it is something that almost smells somewhat majestic, especially the dry down. In the opening, you kind of get this medicinal, appley, green sort of scent, but when this dries down, it gets a lot of wide-eyed reactions. I really do love Carlisle. I only rock with one spray of this, and I spray it on my back because for me, less is more. This is something that I don't need to be reaching across the room. And yes, it can do that if you apply more of it, but it's something where when I'm talking to someone and they kind of smell it just radiating off of me, I'm always getting questions about it. And it just doesn't need to be applied that much. You know, it doesn't need that. So for me, that's what I like to do. Lasts over 12 hours. Next up, Salt and Pepper Precious Liquid. This one is more of a masculine fragrance. It's peppery, not as salty, and it has ambroxan. And similar to Cedrat Boise, this is what you wear if you want compliments from women. If you are attracted to women and you want the fragrance that is going to be sexy to women, you rock with Salt and Pepper by Precious Liquid. With guys, they might not see it, and that's totally okay. So if you're trying to attract men, don't wear Salt and Pepper. If you want something that is going to have women down bad, you wear Salt and Pepper. Now, the last video I talked about, in case you didn't see it, the dude that owns Precious Liquid is super awesome. His name is Richard, and he's doing, like, what is it? Not a sale. He's doing a special discount code for my followers only called Melissa40, where you get $40 off anything from the limited collection. And that is the cheapest that you will find any of his fragrances. You can look on other discount sites, but nothing will be like $40 less. So Melissa40 is the code. I bit my tongue. I'll put that in the description box in the comment section as well in case you want to cop Salt and Pepper or Tobacco Royale or Oud Symphony for literally the best price. And it only lasts till the end of the year. So shout out to him for doing that for me and my followers. Really sweet. And lastly, La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL. More of a masculine fragrance. Came out 2009. When people say, oh, that smells like 2009, to be honest, majority of people that are clubbing right now in this day and age don't really remember what 2009 smells like, all right? But this scent, still really good. It's something that's more of a skin scent, more of a date night fragrance, if you will. There's cardamom in here, which just makes it really irresistible. And every time I've worn this around women, they just love it. Now, for the ladies that are wanting to try this is not like Bleu de Chanel, where if you wear it, people are going to be like, oh, she's wearing a men's fragrance. This transforms on a woman's skin. So if you yourself want to try a more daring, sexy fragrance, this was also attractive to men when I wore it. And I didn't expect that. I thought that like they'd be like, they wouldn't care about it, but they found this sexy. Not to where they wanted to wear it, but they were very attracted to the way that I smelled. So very interesting there, but La Nuit, still a classic, all right? Again, the discount link, the discount code for these fragrances is going to be in the comment section below in the description box. And thank you so much for watching, all right? It's for global shipping. Hope you have a good day. Take care.